Thank you, Samson. First of all, I would like to make it clear that today, for the first time, we had the State of Continent, not State of Nation address. Because when you look at the content, it was really talking much of the regional and continent plus, the deep history, which always, the lesson you get from the president. So, but the most interesting part, again, which started in 2022, was about Uganda entering the middle income status. In 2022, we had a GDP per capita of 1,046 US dollars. And as we speak, the president says we have 1,182 US dollars. So this is, these are statistics, and I can say that statistically and politically, we are in the middle income status if we've maintained this, for the 3 consecutive years. But the debate should be on the reality, on the ground. Ugandans, do we feel, this middle income status? So that's where the debate should be. And I want to tell you that if you go out there, as Hakim has reported, very few Ugandans will, agree with you that we are in the middle income status. In fact, they will think that, this is, an insult. And in line with this, the president went ahead to highlight the cost of capital, talking about the money lenders, the money sharks who are, charging high interest rates, talking about over 36%. And yes, it is true. And it doesn't only stop with money lenders or money sharks, but also the entire financial system. I mean, when you look at the commercial banks, they're also not charging, low interest rates. And they will tell you that the main problem is that there is high demand for, finances in the flow. And the biggest lender in this case is the government. And the government hasn't even shown any interest of reducing its appetite, to compete with the little financial resources we have in the market.
Let me ask here. The president seems to have his eyes focused on regional markets. Do we have what it takes to fulfill the demands of these markets, given also that we almost sell the same things to the West?
When we talk of the integration, it should be number one. It should be a number one priority, not only in the region of East African community, but rather at the continent. When you look at the global stage, Africa is the least, when it comes to intra-trade between countries. We're talking about, less than 16%. So this should be a topic that, as a continent, we should be talking about and see how we can harness and, maximize, trading amongst ourselves. Of course, it takes about each country realizing what they are good at producing, because you cannot sell the same product as we are doing as we are doing right now. So we have to look at the strengths and weaknesses of the countries across the continent, and we see how we can specialize and make sure that we maximize the best we can as a continent.
Well, how then does one, if that's even possible, fix the economy? Is it even, if I could coin a word here, fixable?
Yes, it can be fixed, but it has to start with supporting, for example, your private sector. How do you, support your private sector? How do you support the home or local industries, to manufacture or add value to the goods we are producing? It starts from home, calling for the government to support the local industrialists, not only the foreign, direct investors, as we've put a lot, to support them at the expense of the local manufacturers. So it has started by supporting, the local industries, and this can be done easily, for example, by the government reducing its appetite, to borrow from the domestic market when it comes to capital.
Francis